Muli, magandang araw, teammates. Ito na ang second part ng ating presentation about 10 steps curriculum mapping. So, we divided the presentation into two kasi masyadong mahaba yung video. Okay, so we'll proceed. But again, before we start, subscribe para sa mga hindi pa subscribe para so that you will always be updated with the videos that I will be presenting.
Boarding in progress.
Okay, ano ba itong A line? Let's proceed to the next. Number 6 is categorize the competencies as AMT. Ano ba yung AMT? That is acquisition, meaning making, and transfer. Okay? Ano ba itong AMT learning goals na ito? Alright, so according to Grant Wiggins and J. McKay, AMT stands for, or AMT learning goals and teaching roles. The purpose of focusing on the AMT is to ensure that all three types of goals, acquisition, meaning making, and transfer, are addressed in the learning plan. Ano ba yung acquisition? Okay, this goal seeks to help learners acquire factual information and basic skills. Okay, while M, or meaning making, is this goal seeks to help students construct meaning, come to an understanding of important ideas and processes. Okay, and finally, transfer seeks to support the learner's ability to transfer their learning autonomously and effectively in new situations. Okay, so these are the AMT learning principles, no, or learning goals. Now, if we are to categorize the most essential learning competencies, basically, everything that is related to knowledge or skills or process are A. But something that leads to generalization or understanding of the concept is M. And something that will help them apply in an authentic situation, that will be T. So let's see. Number 1, derives inductively relation among chords. So definitely very conceptual ang approach niya, no? So that is A. Proves theorems, also A. Illustrates second tangents, again A. Up to determines. But the last one, graphs and solves problems involving circles and other geometric figures, that is actually considered M. Because that involves analysis, interpretation, and of course, solving a problem. But the question is that enough? Can we consider a curriculum map that has no T, only A and M? Do you think the most essential learning competencies are enough to address the content and performance standards? Let's see. When we talk about content standard, I think yes, the MELCs are enough. But when we talk about the performance standards, I don't think if they are enough. Particularly this particular part wherein part of the performance standard is to formulate and find solutions to challenging situations. In that case, I may add this particular competency, formulate and find solutions to challenging situations involving circles, so that my AMT are complete. Okay, so now I have categorized A and M, and I have added a particular competency related to transfer. And that leads to our next step, which is add missing competencies if necessary. Copy the AMT competencies in the curriculum map. So here, the learning competencies here are also categorized into AMT. all A are here, then M is here, and the additional competency related to transfer is included here. Okay, so let's proceed. Number 8. Number 8 is fill out the assessment column with appropriate assessment for each competency. Okay, now, since we have already identified competencies for A, for M, and for T, it is now easier for us to choose assessment that are related and associated with AMT. So, yung mga objective type of test natin, those are related to acquisition, such as short response. Sanay na sanay tayo dyan. Halimbawa, solve problems involving circles, mga simple computation, matching type, and of course, multiple choice. So these are objective type of tests which assesses students' mastery of skills and knowledge. And these are all related to acquisition. For meaning making, where students will try to come up with an understanding, then you may use problem solving. And of course, for transfer, we used to give them performance tasks. Okay? So these are the aligned assessments related to competencies. But these are not the only assessment. Ano? Marami pa tayong pwedeng gawin. But these are just the summarized version. Ano? Okay? And number 9, fill out the activity column with appropriate activity based on the assessment. So ano ba ang mga activities that will help the students be successful in a short response assessment, in a matching type, in a multiple choice? So ano yung mga very common for us math teachers? Practice exercises, drills, use of worksheets, YouTube videos. Yung iba gumagamit mga KWHL, others are using iba-iba pang mga activities and strategies. Those are all okay. Pero as math teachers, ito yung mga common na ginagamit lang natin. Formative assessments. For meaning making, ayan. So maybe some of you are exposed about CER, claim, evidence, and reasoning, mathematical modeling, problem solving exercises, and problem posing. These are the necessary activities so that students will be able to be successful in a problem solving test. And for transfer, of course, some of you are very familiar with scaffold activities, while others are doing mini tasks. These are the preliminary activities for the students to do the performance task properly, successfully. Okay? And of course, for number 10, where we fill out the resources column with appropriate resources to be used. Okay, you may use common resources that you are using are textbooks, module, worksheets, YouTube videos, Google links, and online applications. Okay, so you may insert here the actual link, the actual videos, okay, so that it will be clickable. All right? So these are my 10 steps in to fill out a particular curriculum map. Okay, so I simplified the process so that everybody will understand and will be able to do a curriculum map. All right. So again, thank you so much for listening to this video. I am Mr. Dante Salazar. If you like this video, please subscribe so that you will be updated in the next videos that I will be uploading. Marami pa po akong i-upload like TOS, how to make TOS, some authentic assessments, and I will be also sharing with you some resources that you may help for your students, that you may use for your students. At again, kung nagustuhan mo ang video ito, huwag mong angkinin, ipasa mo at sabay-sabay tayong maniwala na sa edukasyon, ang Pilipinas ay makakabangon. Muli, I'm Mr. Dante Salazar of DSS Review Center. Thank you and